Hello students, now I'm going to discuss passing parameters with default arguments. In the last video I have discussed passing parameters with positional arguments, or you can say required arguments. Now I'm going to discuss passing parameters with default arguments. Here in interest calculating function, the rate of interest is 10%, then there should be a provision to define this value as a default value. Mean to say, suppose you are taking loan from any financial institution, so you have to pay 10% interest on your amount. So we can take this value in rate as a default value. Python allows us to assign default values to a function parameter, which is useful in case a matching argument is not passed in this function in the function called statement. Mean to say, this default argument we have to pass in the function header definition. Now the default values are specified in the function header of the function definition. Def in interest, this we are creating function with def keyword, and we have taken three parameters, that is, or you can say formal parameters: principal, time, rate. And rate may we have assigned the value, that means we have given 10% 0.10 as a default value. This rate is a default value. If third parameter is missing, then Python will fill the missing value with rate. It means that, suppose here we are calling the function interest, si is equal to, means this function definition right now we have not written. Yeah, okay. So whatever the values we will pass, it will return, and this will be returned in this si variable. The interest 5400 comma 2. 5400 means this is the principal amount, 2 means it's a time in 2 years, and third parameter we should also give, but we have not given. That means here third parameter, third argument is missing. So if you will call in this way, so by default rate value will be 0.10. Second method, si is equal to interest, principal, time, rate. Here you have given all three arguments, so it will take principal value 6100, time value 3 years, and rate, this value will not, it will take the user, what the user have given in the calling function. Okay, this value will be omitted. In that case, when the parameter will be missed, in that case this value will be initialized to the third parameter. Okay, so in a function header, any parameter cannot have a default value unless all parameters appearing on its right have their default values. Means def interest, print, time, rate, 0.10. That means we have assigned rightmost variable as a default value. So this is a legal, means this way we can assign the value. Second way to call the function def interest, print, time, rate. But here this is, we have written illegal default parameter. Why? Because in its right side no values has been assigned. So if you want to give time as well as rate as a default value, so here also in rate also you have to assign some value, then only it will become a legal value, otherwise it is a illegal. Third is define interest, principal 2000, time 2 years, rate. Okay, in this they have not mentioned rate as a default value, but principal and time they have given as a default value, so it is still illegal. Why? Because first of all, the rightmost parameter should have the default value, then only you can assign, so it's a illegal. So print time parameters cannot have default values unless the parameter on its right rate have the default value. Means this rate should have default value, then only you can give default value to print or time. Last one is def interest print. Print means principal. 2000 time 2 years rate 10%. It's a legal because here rightmost parameter may we have the default value. So what is the advantage of default arguments? Default arguments are useful in that situation where some parameters always have the same value. Okay, they provide greater flexibility to the programmer. Okay, always have the same value means if you want to give, suppose if if you're taking loan for education purpose, so they are providing you suppose 2% interest. Okay, so so this will be common for everyone. Okay, so here we can give rate suppose 2%, right? And if we are giving interest rate to other person for the medical purpose, so that rate will be, suppose it will be changed, so that here we can give different values. But if you think that rate should be common for everyone, so in that case you can give the default value as an interest. I hope you have understood. So if you have any confusion, you may ask a question and you can drop the message. Thank you, students.